Welcome to the channel, guys. We are back again for another First Impression Fridays, and today I'm going to be talking about two fragrances. I'm going to be trying out two fragrances. One of them is a Mancera Black Gold, and the other one is Thameen Green Pearl. So stay tuned for that. If you like First Impressions, top 10 lists, clone comparisons, and fragrance reviews, hit that subscribe button for more great content. So, two fragrances. Well, the Thameen I've actually heard nothing about. Green Pearl. You hear all about carved oud, which I do actually want to do, or carved wood, which I really do want to do, full review on, because people talk about it as like a good alternative for oud wood by Tom Ford. But I definitely do want to get into that one because I have a lot of thoughts about that. But Green Pearl, I've never heard anything about. In fact, I've really heard more or less nothing about the house other than that fragrance. Did want to try out something else. And, the honest reason I picked up both these fragrances, they both have a color in the name. So I don't really remember much about them. I do hear good things about Mancera Black Gold, although I hear it's a little more challenging. Green Pearl, don't even know what to expect. But, cool name. So I'm going to actually start with the Mancera, mostly because I do at least... I've heard of it before. How about that? I'll say it that way. I have heard of it, and... I'm still not sure what to expect because I don't remember at all what's in these fragrances or why I've decided to buy them or samples of them. So that is an awful lot that I sprayed on there or dumped on there. That's actually really pleasant. I'm not sure why people would call this to be challenging. Maybe it's really, really potent. Maybe it's really, really strong, but it's very smooth right in the opening. It's not dark or thick. It does almost have, like, I don't know if it's just because I poured so much out of it. I do get a slightly alcoholic feel. But I almost want to say there's actually a floral of some kind in this, which is done really, really, really nicely. Okay, so this does have a nice... It's not like it's bright in a citrusy way, but it is this light, not fresh, but very... almost breezy kind of a feel. Like, it's definitely not fresh. It's not a fresh fragrance, but it is very light feeling. And it is very, very easy. I don't know why anyone... I mean, maybe the one I'm thinking of is like Black Prestigium or something like that. I think that it's called. And certainly some people have said that one is super beast mode, super challenging, super unique. Great if you like it. Not so great if you don't. But like, I want to say there's like a very small hint of something a little bit sweet there too. Like, just it doesn't come across quite as sweet, but in that sort of fresh, lively opening. Again, not fresh in like a citrusy or a freshy kind of way, but it has this sort of light airiness. Maybe it reminds me a little bit of like violet. But there is a bit of a slight gumminess under there. Which is nice, adds a little bit of a sweet dimension, but like I said, I do feel like this one probably has some kind of floral in it. I'm completely guessing. I don't know the notes on this one at all. But it does have that breezy feel that sometimes I get with violet, and it does have a really nice sort of light, airy feel, but it has depth and character. It's not like super light and breezy like I haven't seen the reformulations like Pacific Rock Moss, but the first one, like, it's so light and breezy you could spray it like a bajillion times. But I mean, actually, if you think of like Windwood, how it is this sort of very breezy, light yet present fragrance, that's definitely the vibe I get with this one. Not smelling anything like that one though, but it does have that sort of breeziness. Nice. Really nice. There is something underneath that, like I said, that gets a bit of a gummy vibe. Not entirely sure what that is. I'm going to move over to the Green Pearl, see if Black Gold changes at all, if it develops, and hopefully the Thameen, or whatever it is, will impress. If I recall correctly, the only thing I perhaps remember is it had tea in it, if I remember correctly. And I actually, off first whiff, would not be surprised at all if this has tea in it. It too has something a little bit underneath, which gives it a little bit of, you know, it is a light feel, but it has something slightly sweet underneath. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a very tea-based fragrance, but it does come across really, really nice. There is something light, a little bit green with it. A little bit sweet, also a little bit gummy, but it definitely a different kind of gummy sort of light sweetness in this one than is in Black Gold. But all in all, very interesting, very pleasant. It has a very uplifting feel to it. So I actually do like this one. And to be honest with you, I think I like this one more than Carved Wood. Or Carved Oud. I think it's Carved Oud. Like I said, I want to do a video on that one. You know, not to spoil it all, but you know, I do like Carved Wood, but I think Oud Wood is just better for a variety of reasons. But again, I will do a full video on that. Nice, light. Again, there's a little bit of a playfulness to that with that gummy kind of vibe, but I'm really not sure what to make of this fragrance. I'm gonna go back to Black Gold, see if it's developed a little bit, see you know, how it's changed in the last few minutes. Okay, so back into Black Gold. You know, I definitely pick up a little bit more of those florals. Again, it's really done in a nice way. I don't find this one overly feminine, although I do definitely pick up, like I said, something that I would guess to be violet, would also guess rose. But there's also something in this that comes across a little bit citrusy, a little bit clean, fresh kind of vibe. Like not super like out of the shower kind of fresh fragrance, not that kind of blue DNA, but there is something right up top that does give off that vibe. Like I said, also underneath it all, a very slight hint of sweetness that does add a nice character. I mean, there's something else there, like maybe a musk or something. I was expecting this to be a lot woodier. I'm not really getting that, at least off the first impression. But ultimately, it is actually a really nice, really pleasant. I think this is a really super easy to wear Mancera fragrance. You know, they have all kinds of fragrances, and I think, you know, if you want to talk about price value proposition, Mancera is one of the best. As long as you can find the fragrance on the gray market, you can get a super price like 120 mil or whatever they are for like the same price or cheaper than 100 mil of a designer fragrance, usually retail. So if you can get on the gray market, you can get $50 to $80 price ranges on those bottles. A lot of them are really good. The biggest problem, there's so many Manceras, finding the one that you like or the ones that you like can be hard because there's just so many of them. There's going to be a lot, to say the least, a lot that you don't like. Anyways, really like that one, Black Gold, very nice. Not quite what I was expecting. Like I said, I really was expecting a spicier, woodier fragrance, but that's not what I have gotten here at all. I'm going to go back to the Green Pearl and see if it's sort of developed at all. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, wow. Okay, so that really started to pop. So the tea note, very nice. Again, like I said, I do seem to recall this one has tea in it, and I do pick that up really, really strongly. Very nice tea fragrance. But now what I'm getting also is a really beautiful sort of crisp apple vibe. And it has a little bit of that crisp crunch to it. It has a little bit of that green feel, and just a hint of sweetness again that really gives it a really mass appealing, really enjoyable opening. And that's not really a combination, I gotta be honest, that I would have thought of, like green tea. Well, I'm assuming it's green tea, although it does smell a little bit more like maybe like a black tea, if I'm being, you know, completely accurate here. with that apple note, I wouldn't have thought to do something like that myself, but that is really, really, really nice. Like I said, it has this very nice green vibe. This would be a fantastic spring fragrance, in my opinion. Like I said, with that apple, it just has that crisp, fresh, very uplifting feel. And then there's that tea note, which I find, tea note's one of those things that can be very chill, very relaxing. And this is one reason why I think, spring would be a really great occasion for this. Certainly you could wear this other times, and certainly for other occasions than what I think it would be best for, which is just chilling out, casual kind of feel. That's really, really nice. I would love to see how this one develops a little bit more. Might actually do a full review of this one. Not, again, what I was expecting. But, when I do pick up a tea fragrance, I definitely hope for something I really enjoy, because I do like a good tea note. This is definitely done quite differently than other tea fragrances, at least on the opening, than what I've smelled before. So very, very nice. And if you do like tea fragrances, I would recommend checking out that one. The Black Gold, again, it's nice. It is nice, but if I had to pick, I think I gotta go with Green Pearl, just because I love that crisp apple and tea vibe that it has. But I'm getting quite a bit of rose with this one, actually. So it is this sort of, like I said, breezy kind of violety fragrance with rose. That hint of sweetness, and like I said, there's something else in the base there that I can't pick out exactly what it is. Maybe a little bit of musk, something like that. Not as woody as I was expecting. But it is definitely quite a floral feeling fragrance. And so if you do like florals, this is definitely one I think to check out. And I will say also, I often find that floral fragrances feel a little bit more feminine, especially with rose, especially with rose heavy. This one doesn't do that at all, in my opinion. Very nice, classy, well done rose fragrance. I think this could be a little bit more of a formal occasion, just because it does smell very proper and classy. And that light sweetness and that it is a slightly kind of citrusy feel, I think I would go with this one. On this sort of, opening territory, really does give it a nice sort of almost fresh kind of appeal. But easy to wear ultimately. I think this one would be very easy to pull off for a lot of people, but has a little bit more of that regal feel with the florals in it. I would like I said, a little bit more woodiness, which I'm not really getting. But it is nice, well done. But the Green Pearl definitely has to take the cake for me. Very, very nice, very chill with that tea note that I do like. So that's it for this one, guys. Leave a comment down below if you've tried either of those fragrances, or ultimately, if you have tried a Thameen or Thameen, I don't know how to say the name for this one. If you've tried any of the fragrances other than obviously the Carved Oud, leave a comment down below what you thought of them. And, because I am interested to check out more from the brand. I think Royal Leather or Regal Leather, something they have, something like that, sounded really good to me. But Green Pearl, very nice. Check it out. Also, the Mancera, great brand. As I mentioned, price value of these fragrances are fantastic. So just the trick is finding the ones you like. But that's it for this one, guys. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.